Tonight, Andrew McCabe fired and Q predicted it. And also, we re-review the latest posts from Q. Hi, I'm Craig, and welcome to Just Informed Talk. I want to say thank you, as I do every episode at the beginning, to each and every one of my subscribers. You are what make this channel work. Without you, this channel will be nothing. And I hope you all continue to stick with me through this. And we continue to build this forum, this community, this awesome place where people can come share ideas. If you haven't yet, come here to the landing page. Go ahead and click the red subscribe button. Make sure you hit the bell for notifications. That way, as soon as this information becomes available, you will be notified. Also, as soon as information becomes available to me, I make it available to you. Tonight, okay, we're going to go through a few different things. We're going to re-examine the latest tweet from, or post from Q. But we're also going to look at the first thing here, which is, lo and behold, Andrew McCabe has been fired. And Q made a point to tell us, trust the plan, full control, Q, right here, post 949. Because the AN0N post, he says, Q team trust session still or nah, Wise Fox saying McCabe will skate. That's easy because they're not going to be the best source all the time for information because they are still in the mainstream. But here I retweeted what Trump tweeted. If you guys want to check me out at Justin_formed here. But Andrew McCabe fired. Here, we'll read Trump's tweet. Andrew McCabe fired. A great day for the hardworking men and women of the FBI. A great day for democracy. Sanctimonious James Comey was his boss and made McCabe look like a choir boy. He knew all about the lies and corruption going on at the highest levels of the FBI. And this just reminds me of the Q post where he says, treason at the highest levels of government. You would not believe the information that we are being told is real. And he also says you would not believe the people who are talking to you here on the forum, i.e. Trump. I've heard a crazy theory that somehow Seth Riches is alive and he's a part of the Q team and he was working for the NSA. That I don't know for sure. I'm not going to purport that as being true or false because I don't have any information otherwise. But getting back to what we want to talk about this video and what it's going to be about, even though I do think it's a point to kind of just remember that this is another proof of Q. He comes on here and tells us, trust the plan, full control, Q. They feel our pressure. They feel what we bring to the table. Our collective opinions the mass is getting so big that they can't ignore it. So that's just another fascinating thing. I thought it was worth going through really quickly. And this will be March Madness. Now, who's tweeting about March Madness other than, of course, James Comey? Of course, everyone's tweeting about March Madness now, but I just wanted to point to this particular one where it's basically him groveling to his former commander-in-chief, kind of, I guess you would say, brown-nosing, however you want to put that, but it's really sad, and he has just so many crazy tweets on here, but we can look back at a tweet that's really pertinent to this one, and it relates back to a Q post right here saying, Special Agent Andrew McCabe stood tall. That means stay quiet. I mean, Q broke this down for us verbatim. Over the last 8 months, when small people, i.e. sheep, were trying to tear down an institution, the deep state, we all depend on, he served with distinction for 2 decades. And I wish Andy well. That was a veiled threat of some kind, purportedly, allegedly. And I also wish continued strength for the rest of the FBI. Everybody else needs to be quiet. America needs you. Activate sleeper cells. That's how that one, the gist of it getting broken down. I didn't get it all, surely, but that's showing you what we're dealing with here. That these people are working in crazy coordination, and they're just putting their secrets right out there in the public. So, and then this was another one that we've broken down in previous videos where it was referring to the bridge around that time, and we were kind of looking at whether there was another message here. So I think they're using Twitter to communicate so that, I mean, if you think about it, sending a veiled message through Twitter is the smartest thing you can do because it eliminates the entire paper trail that would be with emails or phone calls or even a face-to-face interaction that can be documented. So, I mean, it's really clever, but I think that we know what's going on here. And he's got this book coming out called A Higher Loyalty, Truth, Lies, and Leadership. Yeah, I don't know. Go check that out, guys. Um, I'm not advertising that book other than to say it's probably worth the read just to see how many lies you can stack into a few hundred pages. But going back to this, now we're going to study the AT19. So I've had a lot of people say 19 equals FBI, 19 equals FBI. Maybe. Let's take a look at what Q writes exactly, okay? So, we're going to go all the way back to the beginning. I'm not sure why this one comes up when I put a 19 in, because I don't see a 19 in it. It says, thank you, Patriots. Please begin migration. We didn't like what we saw. Good solution. Protected by Code Monkey Q. Well, thank you, Code Monkey, too. I know that there's a lot of AN0Ns out there who put a lot of hard work into all this, and God bless you guys. Prayers for each and every one of you. Thank you for your patriotic work that you've done to do so much for us. Now, this was the first real mention of it. What 19 people are currently meeting in a safe room, heavily guarded. Are those good actors or bad actors? Not sure. Probably bad actors when you look at it in context to what Q posts later, but maybe not. That was like, there's a room in the Pentagon, room 239. Last night I was in the middle of my video, and as soon as I was going to read through this post, my mic cut out for some reason, and it basically, if you guys watched that video, it's like 2 videos ago, you just see these weird skips, and I had pieces of my video like cut out, and it was so weird. It wasn't me on the editing side, but it actually worked. Maybe somebody was doing me a favor. I have no idea, because they cut out stuff that actually made the video sound better. If that makes sense, and trust me, I'm just as baffled as everyone else. So who knows who's out there helping us as we go along in this process. I'm just giving you guys that information so that you guys can do what you will with it. You can read here the post for yourself. We'll read through it. Why did everyone leave their phones, all of the electronic devices in room 239? Why does it take the information going public before justice is served? Why is the Democratic Party making every effort to block the release of the FISA classified info? Why did Rod Rosenstein plead to Ryan moments ago to prevent the release of this information, whereas where is Adam Schiff? 8 fired, 10 jailed, I think X jailed or 10 jailed. Possible suicides, plus TikTok Q. So there you go. I had to get that out because, I'm just trying to put it all out there for everyone because we need to keep the idea of this channel is to have our own little QAnon research board at the end of each of these videos. So like I say in all my videos, if you guys want to know where the meat and potatoes of this whole video lies, go down to the bottom, check out the comments. You will see for yourself how many clever, smart, and wonderful people contribute and make such great contributions to the effort to decipher these Q posts. And that's truly what this is all about. It's us deciphering them and coming together as a community and doing this work is really what's the most important thing. Next one. So it points to this, right? It says Form 1649, false imprisonment. Was Hannity sending an SOS? Okay, so let's look at it. And it says 1649, false imprisonment, common form. And looking here, what Q responds with, it says, select news members, journalists are vital to delivering the message as are you. Imagine if these people were removed. Total control, mainstream media. They represent a clear and present danger to the enemy. Of course they do. Reread past crumbs, re-security. Where is John Solomon? How do you protect those important to us? 19 immediates no longer with us. Self-suicide if actioned. Real life. Could 19 be referring to the hostages that have been taken or are in, some kind of custody somewhere? I'm not sure. I'm really going to continue to do a lot of research and depend on you guys in the comments to keep filling me in on what you think is really going on here. So this one's interesting. It's talking about how the FBI is a marker. It says and this is the one that makes me think the FBI 19 is not connected, because Q lays it out exactly here. He says, the AN0N says, is 19 a marker for FBI? FBI mediates no longer with us, i.e. fired. Self-suicide if action, because we hear all and know they plan to take cyanide tablets if arrested. That would be awful. Could the above be a correct decoding? Then Q responds, he says, 19 would cease to exist immediately upon the harm of select individuals. Think nuclear standoff. Clarified Q. And this is all going back to a sub. Now that's another thing I wanted to point to about this post here. When it says we have the sub, a lot of people in the comments pointed to the Hawaii incident. Was there an actual sub that launched an actual missile and that was actual threat that was neutralized? Was that the neuter? I think personally, it's very possible that was the neutering of Kim Jong-un when he launched a sub on behalf of the deep state to start a war in America, or start a war with America. And what ultimately ended up happening was, not only did we catch the sub, we shot down the missile, and because Kim is so propped up by this myth around him and his power and control and his reign, also being controlled by his generals inside the country who work with the CIA purportedly, allegedly. So is this all connected to that, saying, look, people have tried to do something here and we took it all out? I've heard other people give me so many other different theories on this. Amazingly enough, I do check out the Jerome Corsi Discords and watch their live streams, and even they were kind of stumped by this one. And I want to encourage everyone out there to try to share this with somebody, share this and get this out there, because I think this is kind of a good breakdown of the latest post, but obviously that's for another day. We're going to get back to this, talking about the 19 and now the 3. So we kind of went through the 19. That's pretty much it for what the 19 posts are. They're 5. Funny enough, last night when I searched this, there was like 34. Isn't it strange now that there's only 10 posts that refer to 3? You guys can go back and check my video. I mean, it's right there in the video where there's 34 instances of 3 in this. I mean, maybe that was them cutting out duplicates. I don't know. And we'd already went through this pretty closely. If you guys want to check out my last video, go over here to the page, and it's this video right here, the Shady Bunch, where I kind of lay out that it's McCain, Pelosi, and Hillary Clinton who are possibly the ones being referenced. And then also I want to let you guys know, everybody's been telling me, McMaster's not fired, and that you guys saw was raw and organic. If you guys watched this video, where I basically say, look, I don't know, but I'm in the middle of giving my video, and I see a little breaking news flash on CNBC.com, and then it says General McMaster is fired. So we have Tillerson fired, we have McCabe fired, and I think McMaster's next. I'm pretty sure, according to all the people I follow and kind of talk to about it, um, he's going to be out in the month, within the next month. So hey, that's something to look forward to. I'm going to go ahead and stick with the "you're fired" um, thumbnail here because I think it's going to be one of those future proofs past type deals. Um, they don't just put a story like that out without the full knowledge that he's going to go. And um, I mean, they may try to put a little bow on it and keep it from the public, but we should all be very weary of that in general. Now, going back to the threes, and let me just do something real quick. I want to make sure, yep, I turned off the auto update so that we won't be kicked out of here in the middle of talking about it. Now, this is where I went with it. Because he says the first three. Now, this would be technically the first three right here. Find the missing three, planned for 3 years. So, I don't know who the missing three are referring to. Missing three, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate because I don't have any hard, in-depth research on that. But here you see it very fascinating, and I know that my opinion and theory on this is probably pretty close to accurate here. That Q realizes that we have this searchable board. He may have even known this was going to be built as we were getting into this, or because he knew he told us to catalog and get them all together. And archive offline, which is really important. I do archive all my material offline, even though it would be a long time and a few days worth of uploading to get my channel back up and going, especially if anything happened to my channel. To get all those subscribers back would be a task, but it wouldn't be a task I'm not willing to do because I'm a patriot and I love God and I love this country, and I'm assured as the day is bright, I am here to help and present the truth as it is and as it comes to me. So this is where I went with it. You guys can go watch that video. Like I said, go check it out if you guys want to get a little more breakdown on what this is all referring to. Now, another one that refers to three is the planned three. And it's talking about Snow White. And what Snow White is, for those of you who don't know, it's the supercomputers in the NSA, the ones that can aggregate metadata and collect it and store it and have the processing speeds that are out of this world, things like that. Now, and the abilities I think are far past what we ever imagined. So it says expand your thinking, planned 3, moves and counter moves, strategy warfare. This week we'll be revealing Snow White 1, 2, and 5 are offline, or 1, 2, 5 offline. 7th floor is no more. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean big things aren't happening. Night Riders fly. 2018 will be glorious, and 2018 is glorious so far. Really, we're getting rid of the swamp creatures one by one. There's some who are holding back, but hey, we'll get them. The AN0N here posts, or no, Q posts in response to his own post here. The flood is coming. Email, videos, audio, pics. FBI accidentally deletes texts. No such agency accidentally releases it all. Yeah, shall we play a game? So we all know what that is. Every third letter here is here. You are in the middle of something historic. So let me take a second and see if I can do something with this post that I just thought of as we were. Yeah, so every 3-letter is here. This is definitely talking about the 3-letter agencies, the alphabet agencies, as we all know. And we are in the middle of something historic. I already went through all these, like I said, so I'm not going to spend too much more time recovering what I already talked about. Suffice to say, there was one that I missed. Or I did pull up this link, but it was, so global leaks is basically, now it's basically like secure drop. So is that where the John Perry Barlow reference comes in? And a lot of people have been looking at his work and they're trying to decide whether he's a good actor, bad actor. I can't give you that information. All I can tell you is that he is actually the founder with two other people or three other people. No, he isn't. But three people made this program, Secure Drop, and then it was given to the CIA apparently. So is that the hostage release? The sub is the sub the sub is a sub that sent a rocket at Hawaii, or is the sub like the subcontractor like Edward Snowden? Um, did we pick up Edward Snowden? These are all good questions, still yet to be answered. But I just wanted to give you another look at some different takes, especially after reading through the comments, and report on Andrew McCabe being fired. Thankfully, the deputy assistant director of the FBI needs to be fired if he commits the crimes that he committed. So here's all the latest posts for you guys. If you guys want to come check them out, you can pause the video, read through them. And there wasn't much more here on this. I think this is all kind of, we went through it in the last video. Although a lot of people said MB may have two meanings. I mean, I don't think so. I think it's just Muslim Brotherhood. But other people said Mandalay Bay, military bases. I don't know. I don't think either of those are relevant. I think it's Muslim Brotherhood, obviously. And what was happening here in Kenya was very interesting. We already went through this in the other video in detail, so I'll just keep it brief. They called up Tillerson and told him he was fired because he was a globalist and he was working against Trump. But I think it goes to the genius of Donald Trump that if you just look at this guy, he's a genius. Okay, what does he do? So he gets into office, and the first thing he does is he goes, all right, well, now that I'm in office, let me bring in some bankers. Let me bring in, he got guys from Goldman Sachs. He got guys from the oil industry, and he's been watching them. And it's been great because what they've done is they've exposed their methods and sources. So genius tactic, and now we kick him out. And the next person we need to keep an eye on, I think, is James Comey with this book. I think he's going to become relevant again very soon. And they're not going to go down quietly without a fight. That's why we, the Patriots, have to continue to spread this information far and wide. But that's going to be about it for tonight's episode. I want to thank everybody for watching. Again, thank you to all my subscribers. You are what make this channel possible. If you haven't, come here, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications. That way you get notified as soon as the videos become available. That's the easiest way you can contribute. It's like throwing me a buck. It's really appreciated. And if you guys really want to contribute, one of my favorite ways you do it is by going down the bottom and leaving comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know your theories, your facts, your opinions. It's really a great thing. It's like we have our own QAnon research board. At the end of each one of these videos, there's thousands and thousands of comments. And you guys just keep it coming. I want to hear your theories. I want to hear your thoughts. I've even been in contact with people who have given me information that has just blown my mind. People who I'm working on episodes, they know who they are. They've privately messaged me and told me information that I'm still working on putting a video together around. But you guys have that to look forward to. Let's put it this way. People who knew the American Sniper, people who were close to the information that surrounds some of the PMCs, you guys just stay tuned for that. I'll try to work that in. Obviously protecting the identity of people who give me information. So if you guys want to private message me, all you gotta do is come over here to the About on my page, and there's a little tab here, the message. You can send me a message. Yeah, if you have information that you think might be pertinent to this channel, if you have any thoughts on what you think you want to do, that's great. I'm telling you, it's just incredible. So thank you to everybody who's contributed there. If you're looking for another way to contribute, check out my Patreon page, patreon.com/justinformtalk. I need all the help I can get. Your donations are incredibly appreciated, and it's not just for nothing. You guys can come here and check out my page. You can check out my rewards and check out my goal, which we're almost at, where if I hit 100 patrons, I'll make a video where I thank each and every one of you. And we have the best part here, the Ask Me Any, or you can get a direct email correspondence, and you can also have a chance to become a featured Patreon patron. So come here to patreon.com. You can just search Just Informed Talk or go to the link that'll be in the description. And thank you in advance for checking that out. Now, last thing I'm going to talk about here tonight, as I do every episode, is the most important thing. The reason I do this, the reason I get up every day, the reason that I'm so blessed is because of my relationship with God. And I don't say that in a braggadocious way. I say that in the way to let everyone know that God is there for you. He loves you. He is a thought away from being there for you. You just have to open your heart to Him, say a prayer, or go to a church, or reconnect with God however you see fit. But you need to make that connection. You need to open your heart and let yourself become the light that will shine to the world, so that others can see the light of Christ and the light of God, and they can pick up on that, and they can truly find blessings for themselves and finding that relationship for themselves. Because just because we're blessed by the Lord and we're strong in our faith doesn't mean that our job's done. That means our job's just beginning. It's like you've just woken up from a long, long nap or a long sleep. And now it's your mission to go out and spread the word of the Lord and to become the witness that He wants us to be. And I'm witnessing to the fact that I have seen the blessings firsthand. I've seen, dark times myself, and reaching out to God has really prepared me to reach out to others with God's word. And that's how it works, because the more you follow God, the more you love God, the more you trust God, the more strength you gather, and the stronger you become, the easier it is to share His message and get it out there, because that's what this whole world's about. I want to say a special thank you to somebody who wrote me a message. It was a woman. She was really sweet. She's had all kinds of problems. She had a brain tumor. Thank God it was benign and went away. She's right now, her back was broken. And, she's suffering right now, but she's hopeful. And she's strong in her faith. And her story, like so many others I've read and talked with people in the comments and messages and wherever, is just another ounce of inspiration that we all need, and we need to share that inspiration with others. So let's say a little prayer for her. I've already done that. I told her she's in my prayers now, and but we can all say a little prayer for everyone out there who's suffering, and that's certainly our most effective tool in this battle against evil is prayer. Trust me. Okay. So, thank you all for watching. That's going to be it for tonight's episode. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. Make sure you click the bell for notifications. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. You guys are really the best. And again, I'm Craig. This is Just Informed Talk. Godspeed and God bless, Patriots.